Everything about the Remy and Pap situation was untrue, and I have nothing to do with it. All right, I've been honest about all of my relationships, including 4 online boyfriends so far. They're both nice, but it would have to be new lyrics now, right? Is it he? According to reports, Papoose has been requesting a divorce, but Remy isn't giving up on Clarissa. Shield intervened ostensibly to support Papoose because the situation had gotten out of hand. But is this love or alimony? Remember how Papoose defended Remy's reputation by supporting her during her imprisonment? The block captain is now concentrating on her career because, in spite of everything, she has already moved on with 2 younger women. Remy is still hesitant to complete the divorce. The problem got worse when Clarissa Shields openly supported Papoose in a heartfelt birthday post, calling him one of a kind and expressing her sincere gratitude. However, many people question why, if Papoose and she are so close, he hasn't made their relationship official. I think it's because Remy is prolonging the divorce process, and this isn't just conjecture. As evidenced by allegedly leaked communications, Clarissa was upset with Papoose for failing to notify her when he arrived home safely. She even said to him, "You're the one who's married, so if we can't be together, at least let me know you're safe." But it doesn't stop there. Remy says that Papo threatened to call the police and said he had audio proof of a fight with Papoose, but he disputes all of this, saying that Remy is upset since he moved on by Christmas 2023. If Remy is genuinely in love with someone else, why is she still hanging on to Papoose? Share your ideas in the comment section below. Hey Remy, don't you love me? Remy was spotted keeping easy and close and even displaying her affection during a rap fight. You see, that's the pun, but if you thought that was messy, there's more. Clarissa and Papoose, who have been amazing relationship goals, recently gave fans a peek into their love life when they were seen taking in the sunshine and positive vibes during a Valentine's Day getaway. Hawaii vacation. In addition to enjoying the tropical surroundings during his romantic journey, Papoose was taking care of business by helping to launch the first Hawaii Fest. He also found time to interact with his followers, writing in a thread that the show was incredible and that many celebrities attended. "We broke records this year and made history music. That stage you're ready. You see the sweet video of her, Serena, and her lover singing on the beach. Just the 2 of us. We can make it if we try," was posted online. According to rumors, Papoose has been preparing for his dream romantic vacation for a while, and he also reportedly planned to finalize his divorce from Remy Ma before the trip so that he could pop the question to Clarissa Shields on Valentine's Day. It was supposed to be ideal. Imagine Hawaii, the atmosphere, the love in the air. But guess who is supposed to have stepped in to ruin it? Remy. And the reason is that she is now playing games to stop Papoose. It must be strange to watch Papoose continue to show Clarissa the same unwavering devotion that he once showed her. Let's face it, watching Papoose show up and flirt with another woman must be painful. Remember when Clarissa went into the arena for her boxing match and he performed? That was a completely different level of love and enthusiasm. What do you believe Remy's true motivations are to keep Papo from being happy? Please share your thoughts in the music comments area below. Does this only involve heartbreak? Given the way Remy Ma is gripping, you have to question what she is truly frightened of. According to recent reports, her resistance to signing the divorce papers is driven more by financial concerns than by love. She has no plans to part with the money, and there are whispers that she is afraid someone could seek alimony. This is the offer. In most divorces, the spouse with a higher income is required to pay the less wealthy partner spousal support, sometimes known as alimony. Let's be honest, who's maintained it for? When determining alimony, courts take into account a number of variables, such as the length of the marriage, the wage disparity, and the contributions made by each husband. And what do you know for 11 years? After dating since 2004 and getting married in 2008 over the phone while Remy was incarcerated, that's dedication. Papoose and Remy remained together until 2023. Remy was sentenced to prison in 2028, but Papoose remained faithful throughout that time. After her release in 2014, they renewed their vows in a wedding ceremony that was broadcast on television in 2018 to commemorate the birth of their daughter, Mackenzie. The focus today is on who truly needs help because Papoose helped remind Ma through some of the most trying times in her life, and honestly, he has a strong case. However, it gets complicated at this point, so let's talk about it. Is it love that Remy is holding on to this past, or is it just money? You are the most amazing, beautiful, sexy, smart, and intelligent woman I have ever met in my life, and I love you more than anything in the world. Discuss money. How much is Remy Ma's net worth? $4 billion is a substantial sum, since the majority of her income comes from her record sales, reality TV, and apparel company. This implies that she stands a genuine probability of having to pay alimony if she signs the divorce papers. There is something about Remy that is not to be missed. Despite never being a public superstar, she has always been respected in the industry. What about those nominations for the greatest female hip-hop artist? Her debut album, which was based on a true story, was released in 2006. She earned 4 and won once, which is no small accomplishment. I want to thank God first and foremost because I've been through a lot with people who believe that second chances don't exist. I'm here to tell you that's untrue, but let's face it, Remy continued to be involved in the music industry while she was incarcerated. You know who was out there advertising and making money off of the mixtapes she released during that time? You can bet your bottom dollar that Remy made a lot of money from all of that because Papoose took care of her reputation when she was unable to do it herself. He also handled her business to maintain income, kept her name in the public eye, and promoted her music. Will you be shocked when Pap wants to marry you after you guys submit this? Oh, because you knew he was on it. That is true love and true labor. He's unique, and I thought that was a really stand-up thing for him to do. With VH1's Love and Hip Hop New York, Remy and Pap introduced their love story to the small screen in 2014. Since they were finally free, they were also able to acquire a number of spin-offs. Do you know who was there to ensure those checks were finished? Since Pap was as much of a star of the show as Remy, he undoubtedly helped with those reality TV checks. Although it was amazing to watch, it's now evident that he played a bigger role in her success than others may have thought. Papoose wasn't just a supporting character. He had a big impact on the plot because of their struggles, love, and family. It's awesome. In addition to the amazing performances, there was such a small, insignificant event between R.A. and one of Yandy's friends, but it was nothing more than a fight that took place far from me, like on a football field. Away, so when Remy debuted the Remy Ma collection in 2018, it was another notable bag. But did you know that Pap was also in charge of donating a portion of the sales to help women and families impacted by incarceration? It's crucial to keep in mind that Pap was out there pushing that line as well, using techniques that most influencers get paid well for. He made sure the clothing was seen sported at events and promoted the brand. So when discussing how Remy made her money, we also need to recognize the amount of work Pap did. By the situation became much more complicated when Papoose was caring for her then teenage son, Chasen Scott, while Remy was in prison. When Remy was unable to be included, PA took on the role of father figure without hesitation, but this is when things took a deadly turn. Miss Remy Ma, Mr. Pap, and Remy Ma are truly the hip-hop's Hollywood couple right now. You all need your own show. Following Remy's release, Jason was charged with a first-degree felony after being apprehended in relation to a tragic incident that occurred in Queens, New York, in 2021. And associated transgressions. This is a terribly depressing circumstance, but it shows how stable P was while Remy was away. He looked after her child, managed the household, and kept everything together. And it is something you cannot value when we discuss this divorce and the reasons for her tardiness. It's becoming increasingly obvious that Remy knows Pap has a strong case for alimony. However, what about Clarissa? You know she's furious about all of this because Remy is out here delaying her entire wedding narrative, and Clarissa doesn't sit quietly when things don't go her way as a pisses. 23-year-old Jason Scott has been arrested in connection with a case in Queens that dates back to 2021, and investigators are investigating the possibility that it was a "he is such a sweetheart, and no one told him to have my goddamn boot either, but he said it wasn't laced right, so he did it right, and it was hilarious." Now that they've broken up, Clarissa is unable to continue their relationship because he is still legally bound to another woman. "I love really, really hard, but I'm happy to love someone who wants to love me back." How long is Clarissa expected to be patient before she starts to demand real answers and action? Is Remy waiting for the alimony payment out of love, or because she knows it will come? Above all, how long should Pap wait for her to let go? Imagine having a major obstacle in the way of your plans to start a life together. This obstacle, also known as Remy, stays hidden in the background and causes trouble whenever she can. Let's face it, any woman in Clarissa's position would be furious. Please share your thoughts with me in the comments section. Press the like button. If you haven't already, subscribe and enable the alerts to ensure